Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Tuesday Night Gold Panning Fever episode number 160, and I'm having all kinds of issues already. My OBS is just freaking out, so it's why the beginning was a little glitched, why half the show will probably be nothing but a glitch, but I don't know. How's everyone doing? I'm going to try to catch up on chat. And again, something is just really wrong with my OBS. Just everything just exploded on it. Nothing will go in its proper place. So I'm having to open up and close stuff right and left to get anything to work on it. So give me a second and I apologize. Let me catch up on chat before OBS just decides to implode and make its own black hole in my studio here. Charles King, how's it going? Ferd, how's it going, brother? Long time no see. Mentally Corrupted, John Gear, Michael Reed, thank you for joining the show. Joseph, thank you. Alan Jackson, how's it going? I bought some of that Pioneer Poly Paydirt. Stephen LeBlanc, how's it going? Refotris. Yeah, the high grader, it does sound good. I'm going to have to try to grab some of that high grader. Jason G, how's it going? Donna, thank you for being here and being a mod. HD Chevrolet, I saw you. Thank you for being here and being a mod. I appreciate it. Dib Dibberson, how's it going, brother? Thank you for joining the show. Mark Sheldon. All right. J&V Rockhounding, Mark Sheldon again, Michael Reed again. All right. Home Zoo and Prospecting. Wrench, what's up, John? Almost there. We're good. Well, hopefully we'll get you to 500. And by the way, if anyone isn't already subscribed to Wrench's Repair and Prospecting, he is on the screen right now. Make sure you go over to his channel. He's almost at 500. So make sure you go over there and subscribe to him. Ron Howard, how's it going? Redman00039, welcome to the show. Prospector Jason E. Miner. If I miss you, I apologize. Idaho Jeff. Troubled One. Alan Curie. Shane Prothero, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate all of you being here. I think I got everyone. Michael Padilla, thank you. Yeah, I think I've got everyone. Casey Sering. All right, now I can go back to my absolutely corrupted OBS. I'm gonna have to be on Reddit all night after the show trying to figure out what happened to my OBS. So we'll see. I cannot get I don't know, anyone who uses OBS, it's all like, so you'll have the screen where, whatever the viewing is and where all your components are. But then underneath it is where you put all of your scenes and sources, audio mixers and all that. And all those are kind of in boxes that you can move around. And all mine will not go in. They are all just floating around right now on top of each other. And the only way they'll go in is if I stack them on top of each other, which then means that the camera and all those things are like this small on my screen. So I cannot get them. They used to all fit side by side so I could look left or right. I could see all my scenes. I could see my sources. I could see all my audio mixers. And then I could see all my controls, like starting the streaming and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, they just will not box side to side, no matter what I've tried to do. And I've never had that issue before. And just for whatever reason, I think during my last show, one of the scenes popped out and it was kind of sitting on top and it didn't bug me. But earlier I tried to move it and then just every one of them just popped out. And now they're all just floating all over the screen. OBS. I might have to relaunch. And I even tried relaunching it right before the show. That's why it was kind of glitched. And I was here instead of my intros because I relaunched it really quick hoping I could fix it. But it just relaunched and stayed the exact same as it was. So I don't know. I might have to try to, I guess, reset it later tonight and put it back to the beginning. I don't know. But then I'd have to delete all my scenes and start all over, and I don't feel like doing that. I don't know. I have to try and figure it out. I just hate coming down to my studio and having to play on my computer for hours on end fixing something when I could be upstairs eating. But all right, let me pop out chat. Matthew Ford, how's it going? Thank you. Mike from the Gold Vlog, thank you for being here. Gentleman Prospector. Alan Curie, if nobody's subscribed to Alan Curie, make sure you go over there, get him to 100. You should easily be able to do that tonight. What do we have, 44 viewers right now? We should easily be able to get Alan over to 100. So go over to his channel, Alan Curie. All right, I'm gonna pop out chat so I can look at my face on OBS. That's, just always something. Every week, something always has to break or go wrong. It's either YouTube not working or, editing software. There's always got to be one thing that just is a pain, My website, I saw last week, what was it? Right after Tuesday, I went on my website to go update the live show and put it on my website, and my host was down for 24 hours. Just drive me crazy. There you go, Alan Curie. Thank you for doing that, HD. Thank you very much. I know it's a lot harder to find somebody if they don't have like a really name like Home Zoo and Prospecting. There's not going to be another channel. Odds are if you type that in their channel. But Alan Curie, I bet you if you type that in, a whole bunch of stuff shows up. So thank you very much for that, HD. I appreciate it. Oh, that was nice of Jeff. David, how's it going? Cosmo Prospect, that sounds like a good one. So today we're going to be doing a shorter show, but it is going to be a full review. We're going to be reviewing BrianThomasGold.com. I do have his 3-pound, 1-gram bag. It's in here because remember we opened it up during the Pioneer Poly video. We're going to pan it out. We're going to dry up all the gold. We're going to weigh it. I've already got the numbers for the description, customer service, all that. We're just waiting on an ROI. So we will be doing a full review on that. So things are going to be a little faster today because my kids are here and they're clomping up upstairs, the AC on and stuff, which I'm sure the AC will kick on in a little bit. Just started. Well, there you go. Everything starts at the beginning. PA Patriot, what's up, brother? I had an okay 4th. My kids didn't come over till the 5th, so I just kind of sat around and didn't do nothing. I knew I was going to have a busy week because my ex had the kids up until the 5th, and I have them now for 2 weeks. So this Tuesday, and then they go home next Monday. So this Tuesday is a little bit, I didn't want to cancel the show. I still wanted to do a Tuesday show because especially since I have the Brian Thomas Paydirt here. I really want to do tonight's show. I didn't want to cancel it, but it is going to probably be a little bit shorter. And also, we do have a GAW, so as soon as I start panning, I will be asking my mods to post a hidden link. And for today, this time's prize, we're only going to do 8 weeks, so we're going to do 8 spots as opposed to 10. I might shorten it after that, but just for this prize, this is a bag of RJ's Paydirt. Now, RJ was doing a bonus bag thing, I could say, like Chase. He was doing a Chase bag. The bags were $50. They had about 1/3 of a gram of gold, if I remember right. So this bag will have 1/3 of a gram of gold plus some extras, things like that. And it was a chase for a 6-gram Bark Gold Nugget. And I kind of miscalculated. I bought a couple of them because I planned on doing a review video of them and posting all of them to see if I won during a actual video. But I went to go buy the last bag that I was going to buy out of the batch. I was going to buy 4 bags to test my luck. $200. And I happened to look and somebody had won it. So I was like, well, now I got 3 bags I know the results of. So we're just going to give one of them away. That's what the prize is going to be. So you will get a bag of RJ's Paydirt. It does have some other things. I did see copper nuggets and stuff in there. So it's got some other goodies to pick out and a guaranteed 1/3 of a gram of gold. So once we start doing that stuff, once we start panning, I'll have my mods dropping the hidden link for that. Is Jeff buying from you or the other way around? Most gold, from what I gather, most gold I think probably makes its hands into everyone's hands over and over. Someone will sell to somebody else. I mean, you have to think about it. A lot of nuggets too. I might buy it, but then I have to sell it. I'll sell it to somebody else, then they'll sell it to somebody else, then they'll sell it. It'll eventually make its way around. Then I'll see it to somebody else. Be like, hey, let me buy that nugget. I'm sure a lot of gold makes its way around. No worries, Ortiz. No worries. I kind of forgot about it. I'm the same way. I've been so swamped with my kids here, trying to go to water parks and things like that. So, And I do like RJ's Paydirt. I don't like that he does the whole chase bags. I'm not a fan of them. One of the things I don't like about him, I do think he does number them and make them all the bags legitimately, because each of the bags, I didn't get them in order. So I think the first bag I ordered was like bag number 50 or 100, something like that. And the second bag was like bag number 41. And the third bag was bag number 5, which is the one I'm going to give away. But the back of the bags are clear. You can use a pinpointer or a magnetic, anything else to see if it had the nugget in it. So he technically, and plus he can know, oh, I know number 100 has the nugget in it. I'm not a big fan of these chase things. I'm really not. I like his normal bags, though. His 1 gram bags are good. I did do a review on them. Just not a fan of chase bags, which I was going to point out in my video, but I kind of muffed it all up and didn't do it. So, So instead, we're going to be doing the Brian Thomas Gold, aka Pioneer Poly Paydirt, the source for Pioneer Poly Paydirt. We're going to be doing that tonight. So. Yeah, I do like his stuff in general. Like I said, I like his 1 gram bags, his 3 gram bags. I do plan on doing another video of him before the end of the year to see if he can be in this year's Super Bowl. There's a couple Paydirt sellers that either didn't make it last year because I hadn't reviewed them yet, or were very late. So there are going to be a couple new sellers that might make it into this year's Super Bowl. And I do have a review coming up on RJ's somewhere at the end of this year. It won't be the chase bag, but I probably will talk about his chase bags in there. But I really do like them. And so far, we'll have to see if I like Brian Thomas. I've never reviewed him before. I have reviewed Gold Bay, and they both ship. So it's kind of a weird thing. I had a couple people with the Pioneer Poly Paydirt that, first off, Pioneer Poly's Paydirt, I have no clue what's going on with that. That stuff is just... Pioneer Poly left a comment on my website. He says he doesn't even have access to his own website. He can't see it because he's in Canada. And that just makes no sense to me. Somebody else is running his website for him and he doesn't have access to it. He doesn't need anything out. Yeah, Pioneer Poly did post a reply on my video. He says he is supplying Brian Thomas with the gold. I don't see that as being legit as well. I think that's what they're going to end up saying. I think they're going to end up saying that Pioneer Poly is supplying Brian with the gold, but it doesn't make sense to me because if you looked at the Pioneer Poly website, there's no limit on bags. So let's say he sends Brian 31 grams of gold. Brian makes up 31 1-gram bags of Paydirt, and he gets 40 orders in. What's he going to do? He's going to sit there and tell these customers, well, you got to wait because I've got to wait for 9 more grams to come all the way from Canada to me, probably, a good week or so, unless they want to overnight it and then lose money. It doesn't make sense. It just, and the gold I have in there, I'll be looking at the gold in here. I'm pretty sure it's just Pioneer Poly's just making $10 per bag. That's the way it is. He said, hey, you want to sell Paydirt with my name? Give me $10 for it. And if he said that, if he just said that, it'd be all kosher. But, it's all the gold he gets from the play sand. Yeah. MH, thank you for joining the show. AAA Rockhound, thank you. I think, it's Brian Thomas Paydirt. And I did see something curious because someone in my comments did say that Gold Bay also ships from Mid Pines. Well, Brian and Dave, roommate, they live at the same house. So obviously both of them are going to be shipping from the same place. I don't know if their Paydirts are the exact same. I mean, I'm guessing they're going to be the exact same just because they're both in the same area. They're both digging up the same stuff. Both of their websites have the same gold on it. I mean, they're both auctioning or both have on their websites a $25,000 piece of gold on there. It's on Dave's Motherlode site and it's on Brian Thomas Gold site. So, I don't know. It's all convoluted, but why pay $10 extra when you could just get Brian Thomas Gold, which is what we're going to tonight. We're going to go pan that out. I'm sorry, checking out something on chat. No, 12 years. Yeah, so let's go start panning. Like I said, I got to do a short show, and we do have 3 pounds of material. I did classify it down, plus 10, minus 10, and that's all we're going to do with it, but we're going to go find some gold. The description for the Brian Thomas gold does say that you'll find chunkier gold, so we'll have to see. I think it's going to be the exact same quantity type as was in the Pioneer poly bags, because like I said, it's Brian Thomas's Paydirt with the sticker stuck on it. Yeah, Dib, it's you know, and like I said, I didn't come down, as I was telling this to somebody else the other day, I didn't come down as hard on poly as I probably would have, or what I would have if it was Clash or somebody else. And it's not because I didn't think it was as bad. It's if you read the description for Pioneer Poly's Paydirt, it doesn't actually say it's Pioneer Poly's Paydirt. He doesn't say, this is my Paydirt, experience this. He says, if you've ever wanted to experience panning Paydirt, here's your chance. That's it. He doesn't really say it's his or that it has anything to do with him. He just says that it's Paydirt. So, you know, it could be Brian Thomas's. I guess he kind of left that fact out, but I don't know. Let's go shrink down my ugly mug. Let's go. I got my panning cam here. If I can get my OBS to work a little bit. Yeah. All right, let's shrink down the ugly mug, start panning, and I can still talk while I'm panning. I'm pretty good at that. So, yeah, there we go. Give me a second to slap on some gloves. Move some stuff around. I apologize as I move my microphone around. But you want nuggets? Talk to Mike at Gold Nugget Sales. Mike does have some nice nuggets over at Gold Nugget Sales. And what is it? Gold Nuggets for sale and Gold Nugget Sales. All right, I'm gonna open up my chat. All right, and here is all the plus 10. Now, the water's a little bit murky because I was panning something out earlier and I didn't feel like changing the water. So, but this stuff is really clean material. If it's anything like the Pioneer Poly Paydirt. It's actually $10. $10 for a sticker. But I will say this, in Paulie's defense, when I shot the video, I don't know if I edited out that part, but I was essentially saying you could just buy a bag of Brian Thomas Gold Paydirt and then go buy a sticker from Pioneer Poly. But the thing is, if you actually buy the sticker from Pioneer Poly, I think it's like $8 once you add in shipping. Because I think the sticker is $4.50 or something like that, and then he charges like $3.50 in shipping. So you end up paying $8. So you're essentially, if you buy the Brian Thomas Gold and the sticker, you're going to still end up paying about $107. Now this bag cost me $97. It was $12 shipping and $85. 97 years, $85 for the Paydirt plus $12 shipping. But let's start panning. 8-3 Sky Warriors are going. But like I said, you're not really buying Pioneer Poly Paydirt. You're buying Brian Thomas. So why go through, pay extra, anything else? I don't think the ROI would be higher by buying the Pioneer, even though you're paying $10 more. Obviously, Pioneer Poly wants to make a little bit of money off this. So he's not going to say, hey, put 1.1 in your bag and 1.3 in my bag, because then there'd be no profit in it. So he wouldn't be able to pay Pioneer Poly. These big YouTubers just keep thinking of new ways to try and like not tell the truth. That's just crazy. Imagine if one of them with like, 250,000 subscribers just came out and said, this is my Paydirt, this is what your ROI is going to be, this is it'd be amazing. But nope, they all go and do things talking about how they have raw Paydirt, 100% ROI bags, and how You know, they can't ship their dirt from Canada. They're the only person out of Canada who can't ship dirt, which is what Polly's excuse has been, is that he can't ship dirt out of Canada, even though Mammoth Gold Nuggets can, Eureka Gold Sands can, Dirt Hog can, Yukon Alley can, you know. There's lots of people who ship Paydirt from up north. Mandy's Candy, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Dan ships Paydirt. That's a big one. If Dan Hurd can ship Paydirt, and Pioneer Poly can ship Paydirt. Slightly unsearched. There you go. PB Preston. Yeah, he does say, Brian Thomas does say that this is really clean material. He says it's easy to pan out. His description essentially says that it's 3 pounds of material, 1 gram of gold. You should find 2 big pickers. Most of it would be larger size gold. It's clean material. What else does he say? And that it's easy to pan out. So he does let you know it's easy Paydirt, you know. And I will say, also, I did talk to Brian before I put the Pioneer Poly Paydirt review out. I did talk to him, so I did get it confirmed that Brian does make these bags of Paydirt. I didn't want to say too much, you know, because one of the problems when you do make videos is it's essentially my word against their word. I say what I think, they say what they think, or what they say is the truth. And, you know, you do have to pick a battle and say, well, who do I believe? So I did ask Brian before I shot the Pioneer Poly Paydirt if he made the Paydirt, and he did confirm he did. So, and I did invite Brian to be in this show. I did tell him I was going to be painting this out, doing a live video. He said he was going to show up. Not so sure he will. He might be busy. He might be doing something else. Who knows? He might not want to hear all what everyone asks him. Tomcat Josh, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. Spill your drink. I have my first coffee for the day. I'm not spilling it. I went to the movie with my kids, so I didn't have my coffee beforehand. We got some chunky gold. Even though we don't need to, I'm going to put it in the finishing pan just so we can pan out more and just so I don't have to be as careful seeing if I get it. But yeah, this is panning out exactly like the Pioneer Poly Paydirt did. And thank you for that, HD. And like I said, I don't mind. I know a lot of times when I'm panning something out, people do complain that it's, you know, not dirty, doesn't dirty up the water or anything like that. As long as they tell you in the description, I've got no problem with that. If somebody tells you, hey, this is clean material, then you can't complain if it's clean material. You know, they're telling you. If they tell you it's been sluiced multiple times or things like that, then you know it's going to probably be clean material. Yes, JB, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. PB Preston, I don't know if I said thank you for joining the show, but thank you for being here today. Heavy Meadow, how's it going? Thank you for being here. And Donna, thank you very much. Always way too kind to me, Donna. I appreciate that so much. That'll make up for me spending that extra $10 on the Pioneer Poly Paydirt. If I would have known that, I could have just bought 2 bags from Brian and stuck a Pioneer, because I do have a Pioneer Poly sticker here. I do have one, so I could have just peeled it off my door and stuck it on there. I did watch it. I watched the first one. I think he's going to do another one. I think he said he's actually going to do a bigger one where he's going to go through even more of that sand, Home Depot sand. But I did watch the video, and the only reason I watched it, because I've seen so many people do that video that I wasn't going to watch it, is that someone said he talks about his Paydirt. So I wanted to see how he talked about his Paydirt. And even in that video, I don't think he says it's actually his Paydirt. I just think he says he's selling Paydirt now. I think he's purposely not saying it's his Paydirt. I think he's carefully saying, oh, if you want to learn how to pan, or if you ever wanted to pan, go here and buy some. You know. A couple more little pieces of gold. Again, just gonna put them in a pour off pan. Wesley, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So, I did have someone ask me if it looked like Gold Bay material, and it doesn't currently. But I have not panned out any Gold Bay Paydirt in about 2 years. I do have a bag on my shelf, but I bought it last year, and I bought it from somebody used because they had bought it the year before that. So it's 2 years old too. So Gold Bay's material might be the exact same. Now, I will say too, I have a video coming out in about 2 weeks from someone else who is selling Paydirt out of Illinois, and the material is the exact same. So I'm thinking that they're buying, and they list it as California Paydirt, and it looks the exact same. So I'm guessing it's probably all the exact same material. So I know Gold Bay, I guess it was about 3 years ago, said he was going to stop selling Paydirt himself, and it was all going to be going through Gold Fever Prospecting, but that never happened. But then all of a sudden he kept selling Paydirt. So I think Brian probably took over his Paydirt and started selling his Paydirt, and then I think he just figured, well, if I'm selling Gold Bay Paydirt, why don't I just sell my own Paydirt? And then he could sell Pioneer Poly's Paydirt. And it's all the same Paydirt, it's just whose label's on it. So I don't know, Wesley. I don't know. I didn't actually see if he weighed it up. I just watched it enough to see where he talked about his own Paydirt. You know, like I said, there's been, I think every channel has done the Home Depot thing. I mean, we all know there's gold in there, you know. Depending on which bags you get. They have to be bags that come from certain areas. But a lot of channels have done it. I just wanted to see how he was promoting his Paydirt. That's it. That's why they sell so much sand. That is exactly right. And a lot of it too is a lot of times that when people do those videos, it's one of their bigger videos. It typically gets a lot of views because what'll happen is a big Paydirt seller will do it. He'll get a lot of views. Then he'll say, well, I'll do another one. And so Pioneer probably did, you know, like he went through probably whatever it was, 20 bags. And he'll say, oh, I'm going to go bigger next time and do 50. Well, as soon as people see that Pioneer Poly is getting a lot of views on a video doing this, you'll see a whole bunch of copycats. All the other prospectors that have like 10, 20,000 subscribers, they'll start doing those sand videos. So Home Depot starts selling all their sand out saying, oh, this is great. People are building playgrounds. Nope, it's one person put out a video. YouTube will get flooded with this, then everyone will stop because the ratings will go down. Oh, I can't tell you because it's a brand new seller, JBM. It's a brand new seller. And that won't be out this Saturday because this Saturday I'm taking a break. No video this Saturday. It will be the following Saturday. But it's a brand new seller. I don't think anybody's reviewed them yet. I have seen somebody mention them and somebody has shown their Paydirt before on their channel, but I don't think anyone's reviewed them just yet. That's a big boy. It's kind of light. The toenail. Probably 1/2 gram. A couple pieces. A couple big pieces of gold. I'm going to get something to put them in because we are going to be doing a live ROI on this bag of Paydirt, stuff like that. All right, let me find my tweezers, pop these out. And people can start making bets on how much they think the big fingernail weighs. Or the toenail clipping. I guess that'd be like a toenail clipping. I'm guessing a half a gram. All right. So this is our gold we have so far. Now let's start the smaller stuff. I was one of those people. I a long time ago I did make a video, but it was more about I did wash off a whole bunch of river rocks, I think it was. And that was it. Just because I had to rinse off the river rocks anyway for a gardenscape, and I didn't want to have all that dirt that comes on river rocks on top of, weed blocker that would just then grow weeds. So I did shoot a video just seeing if there was anything, and I don't think there was anything in there. I think there was I think there was a big piece of fool's gold in that, and that was it. Toenail weighs 0.38 grams. Really? You think that low? Nah. Over a half a gram. Mike needs to get his prescriptions changed. Why does that sound so gross to me? It does. It does look like a toenail clipping, doesn't it? Look. If you put it like that, like, huh? See? Some gnarly gold miners gold toenail clipping. Here, I'll let y'all listen to the sound. Here. One more look. I'm thinking half gram. Hey, Colin, how's it going? And anyone I miss, I apologize. I try to keep up his chat as best as I can, but sometimes it goes too fast, and I do watch it on my phone. 0.278. I'm telling y'all too low. I'm comparing this. The way I'm basing my weights on is based on the Pioneer Poly Paydirt. The Pioneer Poly Paydirt had a half gram nugget in it, a point, then 2.2s, I think, at 0.2 and a 0.18. Because remember, I had the full gram just in the plus 10. So I'm pretty sure this is probably a full gram. This is probably going to be the full gram, and all this stuff is just the extra that they throw in. David, well, there you go. Go check it. Doesn't cost nothing to check it then, huh? I appreciate you joining the show, Colin, but please don't promote other channels unless you ask me or one of my mods first, because I don't know who Meteorite Mac is, and, that's twice now in like 30 seconds you've promoted his channel. So, it might be a great channel, but I don't know him, and, if you want to promote your own channel, sometimes I don't mind as long as it's not overshadowing something else, but so got some gold first pan. Just keep adding to it. They also want you to get the cats. That's what they want. So that's what it is. They were like, man, who can we find to get all these cats off our property? Hey, that David guy, we hear he's looking for gold. Tell him we got gold if he'll take the cats. I think you're going to end up with a whole bunch of pans full of cats, no gold. Hmm. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I also really think that this is just Gold Bay and everything else, because it is 3 pounds of material. And that's what Gold Bay has always done. Gold Bay has always done 3 pounds. He always liked people to have a ton of material to go through. Brian's is 3 pounds. Pioneer Poly is 3 pounds. I just can't. I will say I just cannot wait to see who Pioneer Poly finds to distribute his Paydirt in Canada. I really need to empty the car of gold. You definitely want to empty it of gold. The rocks can probably stay there because then if somebody steals them, it just helps you out a little bit. But Stanley McFalls, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Personally, I mean, if you're gonna do 3 pound bags of Paydirt, you can't really have easy Paydirt because like the Pioneer Poly bag of Paydirt. I've already how long have we been in the show? Probably panning for 18 minutes. I pretty much got 95% of the gold already. So everything else I'm panning, all this is really for nothing. So thank you very much, PA. Culver, how's it going? My computer, my phone, yeah. Yeah, you would think they would stay in the sync. Like, when I'm home, my phone uses my Wi Fi. And then if I'm on my computer, it uses my Wi Fi. And if I'm watching somebody's live show and I have it on my phone too, in case I have to run in my kitchen or somewhere else, they're never in sync. Never. And it's just like, that doesn't make any sense. They're both using the same signal. They should both get the same feed. And just so everyone knows, if I do become president, I'm just going to use a national lottery to pick my vice president. So you definitely want to vote for me because it gives you that chance to be vice president. I do like big bags of Paydirt, but it's got to kind of be in between. If a bag's too easy, then you don't need all the fine material. If it's too all fine gold, then you don't really need the heavy material, the bigger chunks of gold, Paydirt. So it has to be like an intermediate bag where you find equal amount of gold in every single layer you're going through. So, a couple pieces of chunkies, a couple in between, and a couple, a nice little bit in the flour gold. So that way you can pull out the chunky material like I did here with the plus 10 and let your kids pick through it. And then you can get down to this fine stuff and you can pan it out in fine gold. But you shouldn't find most of your gold in one pan. If I separate it plus 10, minus 10, half my gold should be in the plus 10, half my gold should be in the minus 10. CJ, that's awesome, CJ. I hope you have as much fun panning that out as I did. Let's see. So 2 pans so far. We got a little bit of gold. So let's put this on this side. Keep panning. Now again, I did get what? 1.33 out of the Pioneer Poly Paydirt. So I'm really hoping I get right around there too, because I wouldn't mind getting another 93% ROI. 406 findings. Thank you for joining the show. A lot of new people in the show lately. Thank you all for joining the show. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you'll see that with a lot of big bags where it's kind of difficult too. So like if you're a Paydirt seller, you have to imagine that if you put in just a regular bag. Now I'm not talking about like, gold nugget sales, double diamond bag. You know that bag is going to be really difficult to pan out. But if you buy a bag of Paydirt 1 gram, and let's say the seller puts 25% big gold, 50% medium sized gold, and 25% fine gold, minus 40, minus 50, minus 100. I would probably bet money that 50% of the customers will email you and say, I did not find a gram of gold. They found the 25% of plus gold. They found 50% of the middle gold, but they probably only found 10 to 15% of the bottom gold. So then you've got to sit there and tell them, well, I'll give you a 10% discount on your next bag, or I'll do this, or, whatever you're going to do, it's going to cost you money. And it's going to cost you money because they couldn't find that fine gold. So a lot of sellers don't want to put fine gold in material, but they still have the same dirt. They're not going to go through their dirt and take out all the fine dirt, so. Mark Sheldon, thank you very much, brother. Way too kind. Thank you. So the way I always thought about Paydirt, and when I usually typically make my Paydirt, if I'm just making an average bag of Paydirt for my Patreon members, I usually try to where I will put, say, 90% of my gold will be easily capturable. And then if I'm going to put, like for a 1 gram bag, if I'm going to put 1.2, for a bag for 1.2, I would probably put 1 gram of everything and then 0.2 of all fine gold. So that way they'll find the gram, but if they're a good panner, they'll find the 1.2 grams. Yeah. Well, hopefully I get more than one like, but I wouldn't be surprised, I have my off days. I really appreciate that, Mark. Everyone is way too kind to me, just even coming to watch the channel, so. Yeah. So yeah, I guess if anyone wants to buy Nightbot a $25,000 Mockingbird Mine Nugget, he won't complain. I don't think anyone in chat would complain. Chris posted about his prize Paydirt. Which one was that? I'll have to watch that video. Ron F. How's it going, Ron? Blistering barnacles, how's it going? And I apologize if I miss anybody in chat. I really do. I'm trying to pay as much attention to the Paydirt since this is going to get weighed up, and I am going to give an ROI on it. I don't want to miss any gold. I don't want to flub the numbers. Couple pieces. So we're still getting a little bit of pieces. And what's funny is I didn't mention it in the video, the Pioneer Poly video, but I did notice that there was a couple pieces of wire gold, really thin pieces. And so far I found 2 in the Brian Thomas gold. They must both be getting their gold from the same place. Yeah, that's what I meant to ask that. When I saw somebody post earlier about the high grader. You haven't sold out yet, have you? Have you sold out at any of the sizes? What do you have? The 1 gram, 3 gram, and 5 gram? 6 to 8 months. All right, so you still got some. No. I don't think they did recover that nugget. I'm pretty sure they never will. I'm sure it got melted down. Reg Lab, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. No, nothing wrong with wire gold. It's just different. You don't see it as often usually in Paydirts. Usually most Paydirts is just rounded, pretty bland gold. Because if they get a lot of wire gold, they'll usually charge a premium. Oh, 1 gram, 3 gram, and a 15 grammer. Oh, must be nice. Some people must have it so nice. Get that 15 gram or a high gram. Well, that's good. So I got 6 to 8 months to try to grab some. That's what you're saying. Sean McClelland, how's it going? We're panning out some Brian Thomas Gold Paydirt. Or as some people in Canada call it, Pioneer Poly Paydirt. Means I have time to convert my poured silver into gold money. There you go. HD is taking donations for the 15-gram jug of GNS's high grader. He says his shelf hasn't broken yet, and he wants to try his luck with a 15-grammer, see if that'll push it over the top. Pan some silver. We talked about this last week. Not a fan of panning silver. Which is one of the reasons why I put the RJs up for the giveaway, for the current live show giveaway, is because I do know it has silver in it, and I didn't feel like panning it out, to be all honest. So I'll let somebody else do that. More gold. So we're finding gold in every pan, just like with the Pioneer Poly. I think everyone here is taking donations for the high grader. I have to look. I don't even know if I've seen any reviews on the high grader. I mean, I know somebody has reviewed it. I'm 100% positive somebody has reviewed it. John R. probably has reviewed it. But I don't think I've ever watched one. I'll have to actually watch one. I might not get to review it this year again. And last time it came, I didn't get to. But I would like to see a video of it and see some of the gold that someone pulls out. I'm going to find an Illinois gold mine? Well, there you go. Yeah, I think the Illinois Paydirt seller I'm reviewing in 2 weeks, they only have California and Michigan Paydirt. So that must tell you there's probably not too much gold in Illinois. Thinking Bayou Gold Guy. Bayou Gold Guy probably did one. But his videos are so long. I love Bayou Gold Guy, but man, I don't want to have to watch like a 30-minute discussion about something else that's not related to the Paydirt, and then watch 15 minutes of panning or the Paydirt, then 30 more minute discussion about something else. But I'll look at him. I'm gonna look at it on YouTube, see. Hopefully it'll be somebody I don't know. I'd like to see a review from somebody I don't know does reviews. Just somebody randomly just buying some. How dare you self-promote in your own videos? Ugh, people these days, what's wrong with them? I should start doing that. Like when we cut the website, like live show stuff, and I'm showing off the internet stuff, I should start promoting my website or something. The one that makes me zero money and I don't sell anything on it. Well, that's not true. I do sell like t-shirts and stuff. Some more gold. I'm going to keep finding gold. I'm not going to kill Blaine. I need some AU dirt. We all need AU dirt. I panned out some yesterday and this morning. I had a bag sitting on the floor that had stepped on and kind of busted. So I was like, I'll just pan it out and relax a little bit. We went to the water park yesterday, and I was just beat. So I figured half lay down and pan out some Paydirt in here. And speaking of a lot of people in chat, again, if you haven't subscribed to somebody in chat who looks like they have a channel, Refotris or Heavy Meadow Detective, HD Shovelhead, make sure you go and subscribe to him. Wrenches Repairs, he's almost at 500. Try and get everyone. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to somebody. We all like more subscribers, so. No, I'm not finding any of those British Columbia garnets. And who is I missing in chat? Chef V, thank you for joining the show. I saw somebody else in chat that I didn't say hi to. Yes. Oh, Bob Peterson. Thank you for joining the show, Bob. I appreciate it. No, this is California material. It's California material with Brian Thomas gold. Now, of course, if you slap a sticker on it, it's Pioneer Poly Paydirt with Pioneer Poly Gold in it. It just depends on which label you get on it. This one is $10 cheaper, though, so. Yeah, Wrench is a great guy, and he does do live shows all the time. JP Ones and more. If you haven't subscribed to him, Benzo Gold. There's so many channels. If you just see somebody in any of the chats, and then when you go to their channel, if you're seeing somebody in their shows that you haven't subscribed to, subscribe to them. It costs absolutely nothing to support people in the community. I know bills rising, things like that. Everyone is always broke, and it costs you absolutely nothing to just hit that subscribe button. Everyone loves having subscribers. It's why most people do content, is because of their subscribers. So, helping them out a little bit costs you nothing, and they love it. So, more gold. So, definitely finding gold in every pan, which was exactly like the Pioneer Poly. Well, there you go, JVN. Good luck. Now, this is taking longer than I thought. Panama Prospector, thank you for joining the show. Yeah, I knew. Now, I will say, I was really, as much as I'm going to joke about the Pioneer Poly Paydirt and stuff like that, it's a good ROI. I mean, it's a good ROI, and, I don't know why he didn't just come out and be honest and say, hey, here's some Paydirt. It's California Paydirt. It's gold, but you're supporting my channel, so $10 goes to me, and buy the Paydirt, Because a lot of people do buy Paydirt just to sit on their shelf and say, oh, this is Pioneer Poly Paydirt. This is Dan Hurd Paydirt. This is Clash Paydirt. They might never buy a second bag. They might not ever pan it out. But they would have happily paid that $10 just to have something with Pioneer Poly sticker on it. Just be honest. I mean, just tell people. And people who just wanted to really experience really Pioneer Poly Paydirt wouldn't have felt shafted. Like if you were like, oh, I really want to experience what Pioneer Poly is, or Poly is panning out, I want to see his gold and stuff like that, you would feel jilted because that's not what you got, but if you just wanted to support his channel, like the people who buy stickers, people aren't buying stickers because they're like, oh man, this is a better sticker than somebody else has. No, they're, buying it to support a channel. So I've got no problem if he would have just come out and said, hey, this is essentially just me selling a sticker for $10. But the one winning thing about this is 90% ROIs, 70%, 80% ROIs. If you're getting an 80% ROI out of these bags, then It's so much better than some of these other channels. Clash. I think Clash's top Paydirt, his 1 gram bag is a 60% ROI. So this is light years ahead of that. The Pioneer Poly is anyway. It could be so much worse. Gentleman Prospector, thank you very much. I really appreciate that wrench. John, brother, you don't have to do that. You already came in once, but thank you very much. Yeah, Metal. All his gold is from sniping, or that's a whole different issue I'm not going to get into, but yes, every video that he has, every single thumbnail where he found the biggest nugget ever sniping, that's where he's getting his gold from. I'm okay with that. What happens if nobody guesses it? I'm okay with that. So whoever guesses, we'll do this after I'm finished panning and I show off all the gold. I will show off the half-gram nugget again. And I will let everyone guess. And whoever gets to the closest to the weight without going over, whoever gets closest to the weight, and you must put at least 2 decimal points. So 0.55, 0.51, 0.11. Whoever gets the closest will win a half-gram bag from Gold Nugget Sales. But don't start guessing yet. You can think about it. You got time. I will show off the gold before the end of the video or the live show. Mama Bird. I don't know if I said hi to you, Mama Bird. Thank you for being here. All right. Let's knock this out. Come on. I haven't seen any really, really fine gold. There's some small pieces of gold, but nothing really, really crazy. But don't start guessing yet. Any guesses put in now until I tell you to guess will not count. So if you guess now, somebody might like your guess better later and put your numbers down. So, and of course, we'll go with whoever puts the number down first, But we'll do it once I'm finished panning everything out and we're getting ready to weigh everything up when it's dry. Right now it's wet. Might have a little bit of water on there, Yeah, KC Sering, that's a great point. And that's with anybody. I highly suggest if you buy a lot of Paydirt, you make a second email account just for spam. And every single Paydirt seller you go to, subscribe to them. You never know when they're going to give discounts. In fact, I thought it was a little funny. I didn't say it because now we're in the live show. But the day that my Pioneer Poly Paydirt video came out, Brian Thomas's gold was $84.99 plus $12 shipping. The day my Pioneer Poly video came out, he dropped the price $5. So you could have saved $15 on that day. The next day, he raised the price again, and now it's back to $84.99. But if you would have bought a bag right on that day, you'd have saved $15. So, and yeah, he does put discounts. I think he just had one just ended. He just had one that just ended. So, all you people guessing, you ain't gonna get nothing. You're just giving away numbers right now. That's all you're doing. People are like, "Ooh, what's he know? I don't know." That's what I said, Wesley. I said, every morning he just goes swimming in his vault of nuggets. He's just like Scrooge McDuck, just swimming around in it, I know, Troubled One. Just saying. They don't count until I tell you they count. So all you're doing is helping other people out if Because just think about it. Let's say you guess 0.5 and somebody else says 0.49. Somebody else says 0.51. Now, somebody who's not paying attention, hasn't seen it so far, is going to automatically assume I'm going to guess right around there too. So where if you were to say things like 0.1 right now, well, then they might think it's a small little bitty nugget. Oh, I was going to say, it didn't look like there was any gold, but there's some gold in this one pan. All right. Probably got like 2 more pans to make these pans a little heavy. Just the toenail. It's going to be, the weight's going to be just for the toenail. But I'm going to show it all once we dry up all the gold. I'm going to dry up the toenail first, and while I'm drying up the rest of the gold and waiting for it to cool off, everyone can look at it for a while. I'll put it next to a dime so you can try and get it. Ooh, tri-tip. That sounds yummy. Cut that up, throw it in some tacos. Woo-wee. How I've been 2 minutes behind. I have that happen to me all the time. I'll actually click something on YouTube or something and it just, you know. It happened the other day with the Vendetta show. I had walked away for a minute. When I came back, I was looking at chat and listening to the show, and I was like, okay, and I was doing other stuff. And then I realized I was like 10 minutes behind the rest of the show. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Indiana Creek Gold Prospect. If anyone hasn't subscribed to Brian over at Indiana Creek Gold, make sure you go subscribe to him as well. PA Patriot Prospecting, all things country. Go subscribe to everybody. Cost you absolutely nothing. Well, unless you're on like a pay-per-click computer or something like that. And every time you click the mouse, they charge you a penny. Maybe then. But most likely it's free. If it's like my toenail's got to be 3 grams. It's funny how many pans of Paydirt I have panned out where the biggest nugget looks like a big toenail clipping. Ooh, a chunky piece. You got some chunkies there. Yeah. See, I'm saying this is going to be a fast show tonight, and it's already 7 o'clock, and we haven't even hit the cleanup pan yet. Which, by the way, I think I have totally ruined my cleanup pan. It's got so much. Let me get it. Well, you probably won't be able to see it on here. But I left it out again yesterday with some dirt in it. It has got so many rough spots in it now. I might give it away at my next Patreon go. Because I can't use it. No, it is not crushed quartz. It does kind of look like it, but no. And hey, Tim, how's it going? I saw you earlier and I forgot to say hi. Well, it depends on what size shoes you wear. I mean, isn't it? Like I said, I'll show pictures. Probably for an adult male, you're probably looking at like the middle, the bird toe. Hey, yes, Rip, how's it going? Yeah, you know, I just make them. I make people have to post a couple times before I say hi to them. I had my kids order pizza. Now I'm smelling pizza. When they got Hawaiian pizza too. All right, let's go to the finishing pan. My brand new finishing pan. Well, new on camera finishing pan. It's not new. None of my pans are new because I stopped making them over 5 years ago. Here's my newer non-rusted one. Brad, how's it going? Pineapple on pizza. It's good. It's good, brother. I like anything on pizza myself. I'll even eat sardines on pizza. I can only do like 1 or 2 sardines, and then after that, I love pizza. It's one thing. It's one of the things that's just so not on my diet, but I'm hoping they eat it all before I get upstairs, to be honest. But if they eat it all, then I have to have shrimp and rice. So, Dredge Party, July 21st? When is that? That's in like a week. Here, I'm going to write that down. I might have to look at my calendar. So I wrote that down. I have to look. Culver. It's 80. That man, if you get 80s, you'd be happy. Some people were hitting the hundreds. What was it? David was showing me 122 the other day. Nope. Well, that's awesome. I always wanted to go to Niagara Falls. It's one of the few places I haven't been to. I mean, I haven't been to a lot of places, but I did, you know, get to visit quite a lot when I was a kid, so I was very blessed in that. All right, Matthew, have a great night. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. Just out of curiosity. Oh, pretty decent amount of black sands here. We're going to cheat a little bit. It wasn't bad. Just helps you out in the very end. And all things country, how's it going? I don't think I actually said hi to you. I think I told everyone to go subscribe to your channel, but I don't think I actually told you hi. Thank you for joining the show, and thank you everyone, Backyard Prospecting. Thank you all for joining my show. I really appreciate it. There's a lot of live shows you could be out there watching. There's a lot of other things you could be doing, so I really appreciate it when y'all come hang out with me. Really, Deb? That's crazy. No. No matter what anyone calls it, can't go wrong with ham and pineapple on a pizza. And then again, it's really hard to mess up a pizza, in my opinion. I mean, you got to really mess it up. Yeah, that 100, anything over 100 is just nope, nope, nope. That's when I nope out and stay indoors with the air conditioner on. And MH, thank you again for being here. So there's a little bit, I mean, y'all won't be able to see it, but there's a couple little pieces of flour gold here. Nothing that's going to budge the scale, but there is some small gold. And I'm assuming this is Brian Thomas gold. It might be Pauly gold. Might be Dave's gold. Heck, it might even be Mike's gold. Who knows? I've never asked before though. I mean, that's the one thing. It never really bugged me whose gold it was because it's gonna be mine now, right? I think 90% of if you're buying Paydirt from somebody, especially like a YouTuber or something like that, you mostly want it to be the dirt. I mean, because the gold, all gold's the same. You know, it's very. I mean, there is obviously differences, but for the vast majority of Paydirts, the gold's going to be the same, unless it's from Australia or somewhere. If it was an Australian, like Vogas or someone like that. But, you know, it's going to be the dirt. You want to experience, like, I want to know what it's like, what Polly is panning out. I want to know what Dan is panning out. You know, I want to know what, well, no, Clash doesn't ever actually go out. And, you know, he goes to rivers with no gold. But, you know what I mean? That's 90% of the experience to me would be the dirt itself. So you can see, you know, if they're telling you that they're hitting, like, you know, really thick clay and lots of black sands, then you don't want to then get a bag of Paydirt that's crushed quartz. You know, it's just like, what? So, all right, I'm going to go pick this stuff out, dry it off. But while we're waiting, I am going to let y'all look at the thumbnail. Let me get a dime for it. So here we go. There we go. Just look. No guessing yet. No guessing yet. I'll go say. I mean, there's difference, but usually not in Paydirt. Usually not in Paydirt. There's most Paydirts, you know, when a seller comes out and they've got a 1 gram, 3 gram, 5 gram bag, it's usually the same gold as the other guy with the 1 gram, 3 gram, and 5 gram. Now, obviously, you have specialty bags. Even Dave has specialty bags. All right, I need to make sure all the black sands and stuff are out of this. Yeah, and like one of the things I used to do when I used to pan out a lot of stuff, like, you know, I still have some here. Whenever I pan out Australian Paydirt that comes from Australia, I know it comes from Australia, I save all the dirt. I don't put it in my Tuesday tailings. I put it in separate containers that are just Australian Paydirt. So when I did do my Australian Paydirt, I think I did one last year or the year before that. I did do a Miller Prospecting Australian Paydirt. It was Australian dirt. It was Australian dirt that I got from sellers from Australia. It might be all over mixed together, but it was all Australian dirt. I've had people where I've paid money to ship me dirt, you know, just because I wanted some special dirt from somewhere. All right. All right, Idaho Jeff. All right, now you'll have to give me a minute while I dry some stuff off. Yeah, so I got to take the hint, the big hint, see? Bigger than a fingernail, or my fingernail anyway. Let me dry some stuff off. Then we're going to weigh some stuff up. But before that, we will do the guesses. Let me just wait for it to dry. Yep. Yeah, the dirt is hard. I mean, I can tell you that. I've done a lot of Miller Prospecting specialty Paydyrts, and it's always the dirt. I mean, when I did my Mars dirt, I had to get special Hawaiian soil in because I wanted, it's a type of lava rock, but it's only available you only see it in Hawaii. So I had to buy pounds of it, and that was, I think it was like $12 a pound I was paying for it, and like 10 pounds. When I did my Christmas Paydirt, I wanted white sand, but I want it to all be real dirt or real organic stuff. I don't do like, colored clay. I don't like doing stuff like that. Or colored clay, sand, I mean. Leave it up to the rain, man. Yeah, it's been raining here all day, on and off. It's just stopped raining, I think. All right. Nice and dry now. My dime isn't, though. All right, let's get the scale and other stuff ready. But give me a second, let me go find all my stuff. So we can weigh all this stuff up, crunch some numbers. With prices up, gonna have to sell my truck to buy Paydirt. Yeah, I was talking to someone about that just yesterday. If prices keep going up, if they keep going up, it's going to start turning into a hobby for the rich, and it's definitely going to make it, there is a difference though, the higher the prices go up, the less people that will buy Paydirt, especially 1 gram bags of Paydirt, but the more people that will go out prospecting. So it'll just change up. Then when, price drops, people will start buying the Paydirt more, so. All right. I'm going to go get my scale and stuff. Make sure this stuff is dry. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, these $100 1 gram, that's it. All right. There we go. Now let's try not to spill this. Let me get my tweezers. I'm not weighing it up yet. Not weighing up, just moving it. I have to turn off my fan, so I got a fan in here. All right, so we're going to give it 2 minutes. Everyone, as of right now, after Backyard Prospecting's last post, some of these guys out there, it's nutty. Come on, man. After that post, guess for just the little chunky thumbnail, this one. Guess the weight on this. Closest without going over. The first person closest without going over will win a ½ gram bag from Mike over at Gold Nugget Sales. And we're going to give it about 2 minutes. Make sure everyone has time to guess. And again, this bag is guaranteed 1 gram. So that's why I am showing you all the gold there. It is guaranteed 1 gram. Might be more. I might have sucked at panning. It might be a little bit less. But this is, in my opinion, the exact same dirt as the Pioneer Poly, where I recovered 1.3 grams. So, and definitely good luck, everyone. Yeah, and 1 guess only, obviously. So if you guess more than once, then your second guess will be, oh, let's see. I see some people already just guessing everything. No, this will definitely take a minute to see who won. But just on the side, I'm going to look at one of the other nuggets, see what that one weighs. So if you've been waiting, this might help you. What is that one? 0.2. This other little one, 0.13. I've missed some gold before. I'm just really good at editing, so. And I tell everyone, I can tell everyone, I am not, ashamed to say it. I really do suck at the plus 10. Plus 10. Oh, we're going to use everyone's first guess. So I will go through whoever's the closest. We will see if they guessed before. So. I'm way off. All right. Scale. I had the tear cup on the scale. This went south quick. See, this is why I don't do number guessing on my show ever. Yeah. All right. I think everyone's had their chance to guess, huh? It's been 3 minutes, 3 minutes. So, all right, let's see. We're going to guess. I will count to 10. Everyone else. Eric H., how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. So I'm going to count to 10, and then after that, I will see whoever's the last post is. I will read that out, and whoever's post, anything after that won't count. So 10, 9, ooh, I need some coffee, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Last post I'm counting is going to be John Gear at 0.86. There you go. John Gear, you just got in there. So anything after John Gear's post of 0.86 does not count. Yeah, it's a long 10. I wanted to make sure, since the delay, I want to make sure people heard it. People are posting now. So we're going to go back. And again, first guess is going to be your first guess that counts. First person to guess the closest weight without going over. And let's see. We can pull this out just so I can see. 0.595. So there we go. 0.595. Somebody mark that down. And now let's weigh up all of it so we can do the review. $1.4 on the dot. So I got more and I saved $10 from the Pioneer Poly Paydirt. 1.4 grams. That's definitely going to be a 90, 1.405. I'm going to count it as 1.40. My air conditioner is going off, so it's probably pulling air. Yeah, 1.40. So that's what we're going to count, 1.40. And with that, you're going to have to look at my ugly mug while I figure out who won. Might take me all night to figure out who won, but... Eric got it spot on. All right. I don't even remember what it was now. What was it, 0.59? 59? I said only 2 numbers. You only have to go 2 numbers, so. Didn't know there was other chunks. We're only counting the one nugget. That was 0.595. That's just the total right there. So, all right, ugly mug time. And give me a second. 1.4505. Well, we're gonna count it. We're gonna count it as 1.40. My air conditioner's going off. So Brian can get upset with me if he says it's 1.405. He can say I've ruined his review. But there we go. Let's get rid of that. Just look at my ugly mug. Let me fill out some paperwork real quick so I can 1.4 calculate what the review is going to be. Where's my phone? Oh, my phone's over here. But maybe one of my mods, while I'm doing this, wants to be super sweet and go through chat and figure out who won, or are they gonna make me? I will go through it, I don't mind, but let me do the review stuff first. Figure out what my ROI on this bag is. All right. All right. I'll finish that and we'll start going and figure out who won. Let me just get up this last number. What is this? Oh, that's pretty good. Nobody's going to complain about that. Well, they might. Who knows? All right. Let me open up chat again because I have not been able to see chat for a minute or two. All right. There we go. I see Eric H. Okay. Congratulations. Didn't know what was going on. That's all right, brother. Not this guy. Eric H1 with 0.59. Seems like everyone's in agreement. Seems like everyone's in agreement that Eric H1. So, and Eric, that's right. Eric H was the last post, wasn't he? Was Eric really the winner? Because he was the last post at 0.59. And then I cut it off with John Gear at 0.86. Nobody guessed 0.59 before that? That's crazy. I'm just double checking everything. I believe my mod's 100%, but just to be, I don't want someone coming back later and saying 5-6 was Ortiz. I even told y'all. I told y'all at the beginning of the video, before we started this, that the gold that I found in the Pioneer Poly was 0.5 and then a 0.2 and a 0.1 something. And this bag, 0.2 something, 0.1 something, and a half gram. Definitely knew it was a half grammer. But there we go. Eric H. So Eric H, I will either send Mike your address or have Mike send me the Paydirt and I will send it to you. But oh, well, of course, Troubled One. He meant 0.595. He was just saying 0.66. So congratulations to Eric H. Now, again, don't run off because I still do have to do the giveaway for tonight's live show. And this will be spot number 1 out of 8. We're only doing 8 spots this time. And then next time we're going to, after this one, I'm giving away this RJ's Paydirt. It does have a guaranteed 1/3 of a gram or about 1/3 of a gram. I'm not going to say it was guaranteed, but it's about 1/3 of a gram. It does have some other stuff I saw in there, some silver and some other stuff. Be definitely a cooler one if you have kids, you want to pan out. After this one, we're going to switch to just monthly. It's just this one I had sitting around. It was a little bit pricey on my end anyway, so we're going to do 8 for this one. I might end up stopping it at 4 or 5, but for right now, it's 1 of 8. If you haven't yet, make sure you go make a post on the hidden video, which I am dropping now. All right, Mike, I will do that. I'm almost 100% positive I have his address. No. I mean, he is a Patreon member, and thank you very much for that, by the way, Eric. But some of my Patreon members don't have their addresses on file, but I will check. If he does, I'll just send it to you. I will ask him first just to make sure, don't like to give people's addresses out. But yeah, make sure you go to the hidden video, leave a comment. I'm going to check right now to make sure all the comments are going through and YouTube isn't going crazy like my OBS is. And then we will pull. Yep, everything's going through. There you go. No. But first we're going to do the review. Let me pull up all those numbers. So, all right, here's the bag. We went through a 1 gram bag of Brian Thomas Gold. This is a live review. I've got all the numbers crunched. It was a 1 gram bag of Paydirt. Here, let me get this. I need my cheat sheet. This is Brian Thomas Gold. It was a 1 gram bag of Paydirt. It was guaranteed 1 gram of gold. Its cost was $84.99. Shipping was $12. So total cost on the bag of Paydirt that I panned out tonight was $96.99. Now the gold I recovered, 1.4 grams. Might be 1.405, but you know, we're going to say 1.4. Gold spot on the day that this was purchased was $74.81, meaning that the gold I found tonight on tonight's live show was $104.73, giving me an ROI of 107.98%, or on my scale, a 10. That's as high as my scale will go up to because it's a 1 through 10 scale. Obviously, I got a 108% ROI, but it's a 10 on my scale. Now, for fun factor, I'm going to leave it as a 10. As always, if you give me a 100% ROI, you're guaranteed a 10 for fun factor. I'm not going to deduct any points unless, you know, there was a rattlesnake in the bag or something like that. So you get a 10 for fun factor at Brian Thomas Gold. For description, I'm going to give him a description of 8. It's a really good description. The only thing that it definitely needs is to tell you where the Paydirt itself comes from. It doesn't say anything about where the Paydirt's from, but it does tell you it's easy Paydirt. You're going to get chunkier gold. It actually does tell you you're going to get nuggets. You know, not eBay nuggets, obviously. So he does have a decent description. It just needs a little bit more tweaking or information on there. Quantity and packaging, he's getting a 9, 10 for quantity because it does tell you that it is 3 pounds of material. He's getting an 8 for packaging because it's a coffee bag, but he doesn't double bag them. So it's just a coffee bag thrown in there, which I'm not a huge fan of when you got 3 pounds of material just going in a regular bubble wrap mailer from Priority Mail. What else? Customer service and shipping is a 10 out of 10. Brian Thomas does take, he has and is essentially being mentored by Dave at Gold Bay. So he does put his number on there. And I know a couple people after the Pioneer Poly video came out did call him, did message him, and he did reply to everyone I know that told me. So he does have great customer service. He is more than willing to give you his phone number and chat with you to try and make some money off of you. So his customer service was good. Shipping was good. Now I will say someone did tell me they had a problem with one of his orders or one of Pioneer Poly's orders. Now I'm going to say this really quick, then we'll go through all the numbers again. Someone told me that they ordered a bag of Pioneer Poly Paydirt and the bag broke in transit. Now, since they knew through my video that they contact Brian over at BrianThomasGold.com, he did not have a guarantee on that bag of Paydirt. If you go to Brian Thomas Gold's Paydirt, he does have the no questions asked guarantee, same as Gold Bay always had. Pioneer Poly has no guarantee. So he did not get refunded his money or anything else like that. It was just, oh, well, so sad. He did give him a discount on his Paydirt, but he didn't discount anything for the Pioneer Poly Paydirt. So that's one of the reasons why you don't want a middleman. You don't want to buy the Pioneer Poly Paydirt for a pretty sticker, pay $10 or $15 extra. You're not going to be getting extra gold just because, as you see, I got 1.3 in the Pioneer Poly, got 1.4 in this one. And if something goes wrong, you will just be poop out of luck with the Pioneer Poly. Well, Brian over at Brian Thomas Gold won't want to ruin his reputation because he's trying to sell $25,000 nuggets. He's not going to ruin his reputation over a $100 bag of Paydirt. So much better. And now let's just flash up all this stuff. And there we go. Brian Thomas Gold. Total score is a 9.4. So definitely much better than the Pioneer Poly Paydirt. The Pioneer Poly Paydirt scored a 6.4 because all the stuff that Poly's in control of, like I said, the customer service and stuff like that, the description, all sucked. Once you put it in the hands of somebody else, then it did pretty good. So, like this bag. This is a really good bag. And thank you for the fluffery fee incoming, Troubled One. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Rigging fee paid. I'd be filing a claim on that. They did give him a discount, but so I don't know like 100% everything that was behind it. If the bag was open, it probably everything was inside the bag still. It was just inside, not inside the, you know, this bag or this type of bag. It was probably all inside the shipping container. He did give him, I think it was a $15 discount or something like that. So, yeah, I don't like to say that word though, David. We all know what I'm talking about, poop out of luck. So, you know, it's one of the reasons why you don't want to buy from somebody that's just essentially putting a sticker on there. Buy from Brian Thomas Gold, buy from Gold Bay, buy from Gold Nugget Sales, buy from Vendetta Prospecting. Don't let me tell you, oh, hey, look, you want a bag of Vendetta Prospecting Paydirt? Give me $98 and I'll sell you one of his $88 bags of Paydirt. Just because if something happens, you're going to be hoping Vendetta fixes it, and he's not. He's going to tell you bought it from Dylan. Go get them from him. So definitely just go buy. So far I like the Brian Thomas Gold. I will have to try to get somebody else to buy a bag of the Gold Bay and try that out. I think they're all the same. I think if you buy the Gold Bay, Brian Thomas Gold, or the Pioneer Poly Paydirt, they're all going to be the exact same dirt. They're going to be the same gold. You're going to get roughly the same ROIs. I do know they vary. Based on Brian Thomas's description, you're going to get 1.1 to 1.3, maybe a little bit more. Obviously, I got 1.4 in this one. So you're going to get different ROIs no matter which one you buy. But I would just, whoever's cheapest. If Gold Bay is cheaper, buy Gold Bay that day. If Brian Thomas Gold is cheaper that day, buy his. I guarantee you Pioneer Polys will never be the cheapest out of the three, but definitely get one of those. So I liked it. Pretty good bag of Paydirt, Brian Thomas Gold. It's definitely what he says in the description. It's very easy to pan out. It does have chunky nuggets in it. The Pioneer Poly, the Brian Thomas bag, both had an over half-gram nugget in it. So if you want some chunky gold, this is definitely one to get. It'll be easy. You know, if this is the type of thing you have for your kids, you know, where you let them pick through it, they could spend an hour picking through all the material because it's a lot of material, 3 pounds. And they'll find the 5 or 6 little pieces of gold in there, and then you could pan out the rest and get whatever the extra is. So, all right, Ron Hubbard, you have a great one. Thank you for joining in. But I'm going to get out of here in a second. We first have to do the live show giveaway where you get 1 entry in for the RJ's bag of Paydirt. We're going to have 8 spots. You only get 1 spot. You can only have 1 spot unless you're a Patreon member. Then you can get a 2nd spot. And this will be spot number 1. Once we get to 8 spots, the following week, we will do the giveaway, pull the name. It might not go 8. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But, all right, let's get rid of the score on the screen so we can pull up some other stuff. But there you go. 9.4 from Brian Thomas Gold and over 100% ROI. I didn't think I was going to get this much gold. I figured I was going to get like the 1.2, 1.3. I was really hoping I'd get close to 1.3 so the Pioneer Poly wouldn't look better, but it's definitely, all around, this was a much better Paydirt than the Pioneer Poly. All right, let's get rid of the score. Let me get everything ready for the giveaway. Let me make sure I'm up on the chat. I know I have it. I actually have it written down. I have it written down right here. I have it written here, July 21st. I always have to write cheat sheets for when I go upstairs. I can go up and go through it, so. Oh, no, David. Well, here, if you just give me 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes and we're doing the poll. It's not even going to take 5 minutes. I just need to get the link and everything. So there we go. There we go. Here, let's just shrink down my ugly mug now. There, shrink down the ugly mug. Let's do the giveaway. YouTube comment picker. There we go. But before see that, ooh, look, I got to do some shameless plugs for my channel. Make sure you always go check out my website, millerprospecting.com. I do have my last 100 reviews on the left, top 10 recommended sellers. All my newest videos are at the top. My last 3 videos, make sure you go check out. All 3 of these are really good videos, so you should make sure you check out all 3 of those. My latest one being the Pioneer Poly. Bottom left, I have the worst 25 ROI, so you definitely want to stay away from those companies. You want to stay away from the sellers to avoid on the bottom. I have all kinds of odds and ends, warning about Big Texas Prospecting. If you haven't watched that one, make sure you watch that one. I don't think he's around anymore. I think he's finally run off. I don't know, or he's had some problems, but he's definitely not around right now selling or anything. So, but if he comes back, you want to have some warning. But big ones to watch. Pioneer Poly just came out. Flower Gold Wizards, great sluice, which I will be giving away at my next Patreon giveaway. I am going to give it away. I don't have time to be shooting more videos about it, and I think Vendetta would do a much better job at it than, because we both had the exact same ideas on what to do with it, and I would rather not do something Vendetta's going to be doing. So, all right, now we can get to the random YouTube comment picker. And again, as always, YouTube its affiliates have nothing to do with this giveaway. It's 100% by me, from me, to give back to everyone who watches these live shows. So thank you all for watching these live shows, being subscribers, being Patreon members, things like that. And once I pull your name, if I do pull your name, you must post something in live chat before the end of the show to claim your spot. Otherwise, you lose your spot. You will be able to try again next week, but you want to get your shot when you win it. So let us go. Pop in the link. There we go. It's fetch. Anything goes. Not replies. Let's continue. And here we go. Pick a winner. Good luck to everyone. SRIP63. I know he's here. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, Dylan, for another excellent show. Well, thank you for watching. So SRIP63. Let's see. Come on. See if he posts something in live. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, ooh, look, wonderful website, Miller Prospecting. And if you want to see my YouTube channel, my Patreon channel, my Facebook, I do have a Reddit channel, but it's hidden for right now, so you won't be able to, but if you want to contact me, it's right there. And there we go. Let's make y'all look at my ugly mug full scale, and then we're going to do the giveaway. Let me catch up with my SRIP post yet. Oh, no, he hasn't. But it's going kind of slow. Wow, first spot. There he did. So SRIP63 is posted. So congratulations to SRIP63. You have these first of 8 spots towards this bag of Paydirt. Now, I will either shorten this, because I don't know if I like 8 weeks, or I will throw in a second place prize. So I don't know what the second place prize will be yet. We'll have to see. Well, there you go. That's awesome. Yeah, I keep all my, I was actually looking at my Tuesday tailings today saying, oh, my bucket's full. I'm going to have to wait for it to stop raining so I can go out and dry it all out. So then I get to classify it all down. I have buckets of every classification for my Tuesday tailing. So hopefully nobody finds any gold in the +10 stuff. That's all, you know. But thanks everyone for joining the show. Now again, Saturday, I will not have a video coming out Saturday. I am on my new schedule where I'm only posting videos on 1st, 3rd, and 5th Saturday of the month. So no video will come out Saturday, but I will be doing a live show next Tuesday. And I think it's Gold Bay. I think I'm going to be doing the Gold Bay bag of Paydirt, but I might do something. I might do like the home zoo or something like that. I might pan that out instead. We'll see. But next Tuesday, I will be back panning. And then the following Saturday, we will have a video. In fact, I've already shot it, so I just have to edit it down and stuff like that. But thanks everyone for joining the show. Thank you everyone who donated to the show. Donna, you're always a blessing. Thank you very much. John for popping in. Trouble One for trying to rig the thing. Mark Sheldon, thank you all very much. And thank you to all my Patreon members and everyone who just joins this live show and looks at my ugly mug for like an hour and a half, hour and 44 minutes. But thank you, everyone. Go out and get something to eat. Be safe. Have a great week. And I will see you all next Tuesday.